Whether you make just the wreath or transform it into a picture frame, this is a delightful crocheted Christmas ornament. It's perfectly sized to frame those tiny school pictures and snapshots. I'm using number 2 Artiste nylon thread, but a comparable weight of bedspread cotton or metallic yarn works very well. You will also need a 2-inch cabone ring or metal macrame ring.
And it is pretty slippery. So if you're new to this, I would suggest you try it with a cotton thread. And you can go even a little bit heavier weight if you needed to. So what I'm going to do is I've formed a slip knot and slipped it on my hook. And I'm going to chain 4 with a double strand. 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason I'm doing it with a double strand right now is this is very difficult to keep it woven in. So this way I'm locking down the tail at the same time. Now I'm slip stitching into the first chain, and there you go. And I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have to keep enough tension on this or else it gets away from you. The 5 chains represent the first 3 chains represent a double crochet and then a chain 2. So now I'm going to work another double crochet into this ring. And I hope you can see that the ring is there. See it? And I'm going to work a double crochet, 1, and a chain 2. And I'm going to do this 8 times. So I have a total of 8 double crochets and then the chain up, which is the 9th double crochet, which represents the 9th double crochet. So that makes 1, 2, 3. The object is I want to have 9 spaces.
Then slip stitch into the 3rd chain at the beginning of the round, that's at the top of the chain up, to join the round. You have just formed 9 chain 2 spaces. At the start of round 2, slip stitch into the next space to position the hook and chain 3. This will count as a double crochet, and work 1 more double crochet and chain 3. Continue around working 2 double crochets and chain 3 in each space. At the end of the round, slip stitch in the top of the chain up as you did before to join the round. You now have 9 chain 3 spaces with 2 double crochets in between. In a similar manner, you're going to start round 3. Slip stitch into the top of the next double crochet and into the space to position the hook and chain 3. Once again, you're going to count this chain 3 as 1 double crochet and work 2 more double crochets, then chain 3. Continue around working 3 double crochets and chain 3 in each space. At the end of the round, slip stitch to join the round. You have 9 chain 3 spaces with 3 double crochets in between. End off and weave in the end. Set this piece aside for later.
So we have our ring, we have our crochet hook and our thread. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold this yarn to the back and put it over we're not tying a knot, but we're just putting it over our hook, inserting our hook, and pulling up a loop. And we're going to complete 1 single crochet. See that? And then we're going to continue around and do this exact same thing. So watch what I'm doing. I'm inserting my hook into the ring. I'm pulling up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Insert. It's just a single crochet around the ring. And I'm going to keep track of this.
Since the stitches are tiny, count the stitches as you go. Work 90 single crochets into the ring, sliding the stitches close together to cover the ring. Because the size of rings can vary and so can the threads, if you find that 90 stitches isn't enough to cover the ring, add 18 and end with 108. If that doesn't do it, add 18 more. Just remember how many stitches are in the ring. If you've lost count of your stitches, no worries, just note how many you think you did. For instance, 90 or 108. It's easy to make an adjustment on the next row. The object of round 2 is to make 18 spaces evenly spaced around the ring. All adjustments are made by increasing or decreasing how many stitches are skipped between the single crochets that are on either side of each space. Work 1 single crochet in the first stitch, then chain 3. Here is where you skip stitches. Skip 4 if you started with 90 stitches, and skip 5 if you started with 108. Work a single crochet in the next stitch. You've just formed a space. Chain 3 and skip the next set of 4 or 5 stitches and work 1 single crochet in the next. Continue like this until you have made 9 spaces. This is when you should stop and check to see if you are short of or past the halfway point. If short, skip more stitches between single crochets. If long, skip less stitches between single crochets on the second half. It's that simple. At the end of the round, slip stitch to the first stitch to join. Retrieve the pocket section that you set aside. You have 9 spaces on the pocket and 18 spaces around the wreath.
Insert our hook into the next space of this border and into any space on the back border. And we're going to work a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 1 and then work 7 double crochets into that same space. 1, 2, through both thicknesses, of course. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chain 1 and then 1 single crochet again in the same space. And what that has done, it's formed a little scallop. See how that he had a little round thing?
Now work a regular scallop. This is done by working the same sequence of stitches as the joining scallop, only through the next wreath space, skipping the 3 double crochets in the pocket. That is 1 single crochet, chain 1, 7 double crochets, chain 1, and a single crochet. Alternate the joining scallop and the regular scallop until you have a total of 13 scallops made. We've just completed the 13 scallops. If you notice, the pocket has been formed on the back side. From now on, we will only work regular scallops in the remaining spaces of the wreath section.
I've just finished my 18th scallop. Doesn't it look cute? But now I'm going to turn and I'm going to tighten this edge along the little pocket.
Work 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets along the opening edge. 3 single crochets in the space and repeat across to reinforce the opening edge. When you finish the last single crochet, chain 40 and return to the first stitch at the opening and slip stitch into the top of the single crochet. End off leaving an 8-inch yarn tail. Tie a knot right at the base of the last stitch worked to secure and then weave in the end. Trim the photograph of your special memory to a 2-inch circle. I always put a date notation on its back. Then I cut a piece of aluminum foil slightly larger than the picture and placed behind the picture with the shiniest side out. Fold the excess foil to the front to keep it in place, then slip it into the pocket so the picture shows through. On the Christmas tree, the foil reflects the lights through the pocket stitches. I hope you will enjoy capturing your special moments with our picture frame ornament this Christmas. Please take a moment to subscribe and ring the bell to receive notifications of upcoming videos. Happy crocheting and happy holidays!